All right, I am thinking it's about time to get started. I know we've got a few people getting settled, so I'll give you a little bit of time to get settled. All right, good, okay. Well, welcome. Welcome to our celebration. We're excited to have all of you here. Okay. Welcome. I want to bring up someone to give you an official welcome. This is Dr. John Cowles. He is a member of the Noorthoek Academy Board of Trustees, but he's also the Associate Dean for Counseling, Advising, and Retention Services here at the Community College. So if you could join me in giving him a hand.
Thank you, and thank you, Sandy. I love when she gets up here, everyone just quiets down. They know class is about to begin, right? Absolutely, absolutely. Well, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Grand Rapids Community College and Dr. Stephen Ender, President of Grand Rapids Community College, I want to welcome you to the 24th Annual Student Awards and Donor Recognition. 24 years. How about a round of applause for that? This event represents a celebration of accomplishments and giving thanks to our friends who make this program possible. Grand Rapids Community College and Noorthoek Academy have a long relationship of working collaboratively to ensure all learners can achieve their goals. I'm very proud of all the learners in the audience tonight. You all deserve a round of applause and special recognition. Again, welcome to this wonderful program, and congratulations again to all of our students. Enjoy your evening.
All right, well, it occurred to me that I should probably introduce myself. I am Sandy Barraza, and I'm the director of Noorthoek Academy. Wow, you guys are very kind. This is when I get to tell you about our year and the fun that we've had. But I do want to quickly just acknowledge some people that are with us tonight before I do that. We have quite an audience here tonight. So I know that we have members of the Grand Rapids Community College Board of Trustees and the Noorthoek Academy Board of Trustees. And of course, we have family members and friends of our students, and we're so happy to have you. I think we have some caseworkers here, and I think some donors as well. So welcome, and thank you for coming and being a part of our celebration. Okay, so this was a busy and a fun-filled year for us at Noorthoek Academy. We studied the country of Mexico during the fall, and that seems like a very long time ago, but we had a great time. In order to learn about this neighboring country of ours, we really had to delve into the rich culture that it gives. We studied the ancient Aztecs and Mayans, and we explored how these ancient cultures shaped the history of Mexico. We learned how the history of Mexico and the United States are very much related. We didn't shy away from some potentially heated political topics. We had some lively classroom discussions about issues like illegal immigration and the war on drugs, and it was enlightening, I think, for everybody. Mexico is a country with beautiful artwork, so we spent some time, I don't know if students remember, but we spent some time doing some of the artwork. We made ojos de Dios, which are traditional weavings with two sticks and the yarn, and it comes from an indigenous tribe of Mexico, which I cannot pronounce their name. My Spanish is not that good, but I could spell it for you, and I attempted during class, but so they made God's eyes, ojos de Dios, They made mosaics similar to ones created by the ancient Aztecs and Mayans. And they also probably came home with some tissue paper flowers, which are used a lot of times in festivals and celebrations in Mexico. Speaking of holiday celebrations, we spent quite a lot of time talking about the Day of the Dead in Mexico. And you all will hear some poems inspired by the Day of the Dead probably today. But the Day of the Dead is a Mexican holiday where family members celebrate loved ones that they have lost. And students remember this. This was kind of a difficult subject for us to talk about. It's just such a very different way of looking at death, and we explored this in quite some detail. In Mexico, what happens is they basically have a party at the cemetery. The person who they've lost, they bring in their favorite food and music, and it just becomes a celebration. This was hard. This was hard for us to get. One of our students told us, it was actually Adam, who told us that the Grand Rapids Public Library was having an exhibit where student groups or groups and families could build altars to memorialize their loved ones. So we made a couple class trips over there, and I think we walked away from it with a much better understanding of the holiday, and it did inspire a lot of students to write some beautiful poems, sort of imagining what it would be like if they were able to visit with their loved ones again. So again, you'll hear some of those tonight, and you will read some in the book that you have on your chairs. Of course, no country can be studied without sampling the food, which we did. We had a Mexican feast. We had tamales and rice and beans, and students got to roll out their own tortillas and cook them, and it was fun and delicious, right? Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. One of the things that's said about Mexico is that it's one of our closest neighbors, but still so far apart due to the imbalance of the economic resources, which we talked about. But my hope was that students felt a little more connected to this neighboring country of ours. So this last semester was all about communication. And we learned about how technological advances in communication have changed our lives, from smoke signals and carrier pigeons to the invention of the telegraph, radio, television, the smartphones that many of you have, and the internet. We tried to look at the variety of ways that people give messages to each other through nonverbal communication, written communication, art, braille, sign language, all different forms. One of the highlights of the semester was visiting the Community Media Center in Grand Rapids. We got to see how a working TV and radio station operated, and this sort of inspired some students and sparked their interest. And I had heard that some of them were interested in maybe pursuing some internship possibilities there, so it was pretty rewarding. Most recently, you may have seen your students paying special attention to advertisements on TV, maybe. We've spent quite a lot of time the last few weeks really digging into ads and learning some of the tricks that advertisers use to get us to buy their products. So hopefully they've been really watching those advertisements when they come on, or listening to them when they come on the radio. My goal was to give us a more critical eye when we watched those. And we had some fun watching commercials in class and talking about them and laughing about them. So it's been a really wonderful year for Noorthoek Academy. I am really proud of each and every one of you. Every topic that we study, you delve right in. You don't shy away from it at all, and it makes my job so much more enjoyable. We did experience some changes this year. She didn't know I was going to do this, but our longtime and wonderful classroom assistant, there she is, Clarissa Viening-Butler, left us after 10 or 11 years. So she's not with us in the classroom daily, but she was instrumental in helping with the poetry book. And I do want to recognize her now. So if she could come up. She didn't know. we have flowers that we wanted to present you just to thank you and tell you that we love you. So, you're welcome. I should have told you. Thank you. So with the loss of Clarissa, it opened the door for a new person to join our Noorthoek family. And that person is Kate Powers. She is, I'm going to have her stand up in a minute, but she is a teacher herself. She's actually also the mother of a Noorthoek student, and she began working with us in December. Yes, January when our semester started. Yes, you're right, Glenn. You're right. She's been a wonderful addition, and I know that I speak for the students as well as myself in letting her know that we're really looking forward to a long-term relationship, having her part of our Noorthoek family. So if you could just stand up so that people can know who you, yeah. So. Well, now I know many of you have been waiting for our special speaker, which is Juliet Dragus. So I'm going to invite her to the stage in just a second. But you know, when we started to think about who can we get as a guest speaker for our celebration, it made sense that we would bring in a local celebrity, somebody who's on TV since we studied communication. And Juliet's name came up quite often because some of you know her, yes, from Special Olympics. So if you don't, she is the co-anchor of WZZM Channel 13. Yes. She volunteers her time for many causes and events. Special Olympics of Michigan is one. The Brain Injury Association of Michigan, the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life, the American Red Cross, the Grand Rapids Symphony Youth Education Program, and others. And she was so gracious when we asked her to come and be our guest speaker tonight. So I'm going to bring her up, if you all could welcome her.
Thank you, Sandy. Good evening, everybody. Hey, could I see all the students raise their hands just so that I can acknowledge every one of you? This is such an awesome night for me because I'm so thrilled to be asked to come to speak tonight and to be a part of this celebration. I love the fact that you studied communications this semester because I have been interested in communications since I was a little girl. But before I even got interested in communications, I became interested in something that my father told me. My little sister Heidi and I were playing on the floor one day. We were probably 8 years old, 10 years old. And my sister said, "Julie, look at Daddy's feet." My dad was sitting in his chair reading the paper. So, I'm gonna take this off. So I said, "What?" She goes, "Look at his feet. His second toe next to his big toe is longer than his other toes." And I looked and we said, "Ooh, Dad, your second toe is longer than your big toe. Why is that?" And he said, "Don't you girls know why?" And we said, "No." He said, "Because that means that you're a leader. You're born to be a leader." So both my sister and I then took our slippers off and looked at our toes, and the second toe was a little bit longer than the big toe. So we thought we were supposed to be leaders. So that kind of got me going. I was always one of the smaller kids in the neighborhood. Even my sisters were bigger than me. But I always thought that. The seeds in my head were planted that my dad said, because my second toe is longer, that I need to be a leader. So as long as I can remember, I've been interested in communications. And even before I could read, I would look at the ads in the newspaper, which is also interesting about you studying advertisements. And I would have my mother point to the picture and I'd tell her which one because I couldn't read. Then when I learned to read, I was so excited. I couldn't get enough of reading. I read, everything from your first grade reader books until I read Nancy Drew. I read as much as I could and I loved it. But then one year, in fact, it was the summer between 4th and 5th grade, my mother, for my birthday, bought me the best thing in the world, and it was a tape recorder. And not little tape recorders, not like your phones, but a great big tape recorder. It was about this big, it had a strap, and it had a microphone. And so then that gave me the idea, because I love to communicate, I'm gonna be the neighborhood reporter. So I used to go and I would find the kids and I would interview all the neighborhood kids and ask them what they liked. Then it got to the point where we would start doing shows, would make up radio shows and talk shows and game shows. So this went on the whole summer. It got to the point when I would come with my microphone and my tape recorder, I'd be walking, all the kids would run because they were sick of being interviewed by Julie. But so my love of communication began to, just grow and grow and grow. And so I also realized I liked to write. And so I would write my papers and be very descriptive. And I had a teacher tell me, you should be a writer. So that's why I thought, well, I knew that that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a reporter and I wanted to be a writer. And so that's what I studied in college. I went to school for broadcast journalism, and I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in it. And I loved it, and I took a lot of English and speech, and all the while I'm learning as much as I can because I love to learn. And so what I did was I'd read every newspaper. Now, this is before we had the internet. I'd read the newspapers, and we only had maybe half a dozen TV stations back then. We had cable. I'd watch all the different newscasts. And isn't it amazing from what I'm talking about to the options you all have today and as to how we communicate? Because now not only do we have cable, we have satellite, we have our internet, we have our texting, we have our blogging. So it is just amazing to me that you all were able to study communications and know what that was like. I started out as a writer at a TV station, actually an intern when I was in college, and then I became a writer. And then I learned how to produce, and what a producer does is the producer decides what is in a newscast, in what order it goes, and how much time. It's a very, it's complicated. People don't realize that we have all these people working so hard behind the scenes to put the news on. So I learned how to do that, but I always still wanted to be a reporter. So I always kept that, and I kept working and working, and I got my chance. So finally, I got to be a reporter in a smaller city. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I ended up going to Rock Island, Illinois, which was a much smaller city, and I learned how to report. From there, I continued asking my questions, doing my reports, and one day I got a chance to fill in on the anchor desk because the weekend anchor had gone on vacation. So I filled in, and I ended up getting the anchor job as well as being a reporter. I loved being an anchor. I love being an anchor still, but back then it was like I miss being out with people and asking them questions and learning from them. So that's when my community involvement began. So from Rock Island, Illinois, I went back home to Pittsburgh to be on the air for just a few months before Grand Rapids gave me a call. And they said, how would you like to come to Grand Rapids? I said, well, I don't know much about it except I know it's near Lake Michigan. Sure. I was in my hometown. Well, I came here and I fell in love with it. And that was 22 years ago. So one of the things that I love most about being an anchor woman in Grand Rapids, in addition to my job, in addition to be able to communicate and being able to read the news and anchor the news on WZZM 13, is my community work, because I can use my job as a TV news anchor to help other people, to help their causes, to help bring awareness about what they do. And lo and behold, one of the most important things happened to me when I got to Grand Rapids. I discovered Special Olympics. And I was asked to MC the state summer games, and I had no idea. I mean, I thought this will be great because I knew such wonderful things about Special Olympics, and I thought this will be so much fun. Well, that first summer games that I went to changed my life. Because you know what I learned about Special Olympics? We're all the same. We are the same. And I continued to learn and learn and learn. And the one story I want to tell you about that I learned at Special Olympics, because this is one of the first years I did it. We were watching a race. It was summer games. It was, I think, maybe the 100-yard dash. There were, all the lanes were filled. They started the race, and there were two runners who just were the fastest. It was a man and a woman, and they were running. And the rest, they just smoked. The others were way behind them. So they're getting close to the finish line, and we're all at the finish line saying, go, 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 go. Right before they get to the finish line, the woman, they're neck and neck. The woman tripped and fell. So you know what the guy did? The man athlete? He stopped and helped her up, and everybody else ran by them, so neither one of them won the race. And you know what? It didn't matter to them because they knew they tried their best. When the female athlete fell, the male athlete helped her, and that taught me. I stood and cried. I just thought, that's the way to be. Even though, of course, you want to win. If you cannot win, be brave in the attempt. And that's exactly what they did. I know. And so I have been doing Special Olympics for over 15 years. I'm a member of the board of directors, and it gives me such great pleasure to be able to represent our Special Olympics athletes in West Michigan, because we know there are thousands of athletes, all wonderful. But the thing I learned from Special Olympics is that you try hard, determination, team spirit, friendship, selflessness. I have made so many friends at Special Olympics, and many of you are sitting here tonight. And so that is why when I was asked to come and speak, I was so excited, because I know that being able to learn and always knowing that you can never know enough. You can always learn, always, always, always. And that is what I have learned thanks to Special Olympics. So for you students tonight, I have to tell you that your second toe does not have to be bigger than your big toe to be a leader. Because every single one of you here tonight is a leader. And you know why? Because you have led by example, you have led with determination, you have led by keeping your minds open to learning so many things, from Mexico to advertisements. And you, every single one of you, is an inspiration to all of us. So thank you so much for having me tonight. Congratulations on your achievements.
Thank you so much. Is this still, can you guys hear me? Yes, okay. Thank you so much, Juliet. Your story made me cry. And you know, the selflessness, the determination, all of those things are things that you exhibit to me every time we come to class. So, all right, we try to. All right, okay, let's see. Actually, we are going to, do you have time if we do? Okay. Actually, I think what's next on the agenda is if I could have John Cowles to come back up. Here he is. Yep. We are going to, this is where you all get your, I'm going to take this, your certificates. And your continuing ed units for this year. So when I call your name, just come up. You can shake a hand or give a hug, whatever you feel comfortable with. All right, so I'm gonna let you hand that. I'll just call the names. LaShawn Aldridge. Michelle Altina. Fred Beam. I haven't seen Joel. Is Joel here tonight? Did we see Joel? No? Okay. John Ball. Becky Boisvenu. Terry Bray. Gabrielle Bremer. Ah, right. Glenn Corning. Okay. Sandy Corning. Catherine Crouch. Aaron Dice. Are you bypassing me or do I get a hug? Autumn DeWild. Maybe you should just stand up here with us. That might be easier. James Dykstra.
I know a lot of students.
Craig Edelstein. Melinda Frank. Now, Melinda Frank is getting her certificates, but I also wanted to recognize Melinda because Melinda is the 5th Noorthoek student to get an honorary degree from the college this year. So we are very proud of Melinda. So that's going on in a few weeks for her. Alan Greer. Abel Guillermo.
Right.
Nothing. You're good, Abel. Let's go. I don't think he's here. Is Terry Halstead here? I haven't seen him. Okay. Okay. Tanis Hooker. Olivia Horrell. Oh, right. Oh, she's not here. Amy Hyde. Jeremy James. Yvonne Johnson.
Thank you.
Rebecca Joseph. Lisa Kimball. Oh, honey, that's your mom. I know you are. Sadie Kleibush. Oh. Kim Christakis. Janice Krugler. Kathy Ling. Betty Melmiga. Gabe McDonald. Good job, Gabe. Paige Murphy.
Great, hey.
Ishmael Negron. I don't think that these guys are here. Angie Phillips. Josh Powers. Good job, Josh. Julie Price. Is Julie here tonight? Yes, she is. Nope. Emily Shanahan. Josh, is Josh and Quan here? Are the twins here? No? Okay. Jenny Short. Dylan Skalenica. Elizabeth Slagter.
Elizabeth. Congratulations.
Leatrice Souza. Nope. Andy Strauss. Sue Udell.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Molly Van de Water. I'm here and I'm available for hugs too. Kylie Van Tall. Philip Veening. Elizabeth White.
Want a hug?
No, I don't think he's here. David Wolven.
There you go.
Do I get a hug or a hand? No. Denise Zalzman.
I like your announcement that you said on. By the way, real quick, she said an announcement on 5:30 about us on the news.
I did. Thank you for watching, Denise. You won.
Mark Zaskowitz.
All right, Mark. Way to go, Mark. Now I want to hug. Congratulations. Well, congratulations and thank you.
Adam Zimdar.
Way to go, Adam. Congratulations.
All right, and we didn't miss anyone, right? No, I'm going to keep Juliet up here because the next thing that we have to get them, yeah, well, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to give out our Lifelong Learner Awards. And these are special awards that we give to folks who have been with Noorthoek Academy for 5 years, and then 10 years, and then 15 years, and then 20 years. And we do have people we're recognizing in all of those categories tonight. All right, so I am going to call you up, and I don't think, some of you don't know that you are receiving these tonight. So for our 5-year Lifelong Learner Awards, the first one goes to James Dykstra. All right, the next one goes to Abel Guillermo. Yeah. What? Oh, Abel, get a picture there. All right, I think Josh Nguyen and Quan Nguyen we were going to recognize, but they're not here tonight. So we're going to move on to our 10-year Lifelong Learner Award, and that goes to Becky Boisvenu. All right. We have one 15-year Lifelong Learner Award, and that goes to Jeremy James. Good job, Jeremy. All right, and we do have one 20-year Lifelong Learner Award to give out, and that goes to Sue Udell.
Wow. This is so awesome.
You're welcome. All right. We pride ourselves on being lifelong learners here, and these medallions just demonstrate that. So congratulations. Thank you, Juliet. You know, it was brought to my attention, and I just wanted to make a special acknowledgement because I didn't see her when I was making special acknowledgements at the beginning, but we do have a special guest with us tonight. Miss Shirley Noorthoek is in the audience. She's in the back there. Yeah. All right, now I'd like to bring up Elizabeth Crouch, who's going to recognize our donors.
Well, it's wonderful to see so many people here, and to have Juliet Dragas just distinguishes our academy, and there's so many people to thank and so much to be thankful for. First of all, our students, and congratulations to all of you. I don't know how many of our donors are here tonight, but for those who are, or for those who may see this on the news or on the GRCC channel, they're going to be so proud to know how well you're doing, and especially those of you who stayed with the program for so long. And it's a testament to the idea of the program and also to the wonderful leadership that we've had, and we feel so grateful to have you, Sandy, and to have had Clarissa, and also to have Kate Powers. So I'd like to give a round of applause to all of these people. As one member of the Board of Trustees, I want to represent all the trustees, and especially our president, Cy Moore, who can't be here tonight. But I want to thank Grand Rapids Community College for being a wonderful partner. I can't imagine a better place for us to be, or a more supportive place at every level, at every turn. We thank you for the extensive in-kind support that you give us, which enables us to channel the money that we do raise directly to our students and to the basics of just running the classes, and not to have to worry about paying for the lights and all that sort of thing. Thank you for making our students feel so much at home and a part of campus life. That's what we had always hoped for, and I know that's what Joe Noorthoek hoped for when he helped us found this program. Thank you for designating John Cowles as our new liaison, and he's been tremendously helpful. He serves on our board, and whenever we need anything, he's there to try to pave the way. In addition to the in-kind support that we get from GRCC, the program depends on the annual contributions. You know, we're a private nonprofit organization. We don't get any public support. So, and tuition covers only a small portion of our expenses. So I especially want to thank those distinguished donors who have been with us over the years and have stayed with us over the years. That's because of you students. And those donors include the Wegge Foundation, the Peter C. and Emma Jean Cook Foundation, the Sebastian Foundation, the Westerman Foundation, Mary and Carter Bacon, and this past year, a special award that was a competition award of $1,000 from the Michigan 100 Strong organization. The names of all of our donors, large and small, are written from the beginning of time until tonight on the inside of your program. We thank each and every one of you for believing in the potential of our students and for wanting them to have the same opportunities that other young people have. That is a chance to have a college experience and to continue their learning, and for recognizing the benefit of our program to the community. We also call your attention to some other categories of giving that are outlined in the program, just so you keep them in mind, and those include our endowment fund, which is now topping $385,000 towards our goal of $500,000. There's also the possibility of giving through the United Way campaign, the Heart of Michigan United Way campaign. We're a designated organization, so if you give at your workplace or if you give privately, you can designate Noorthoek Academy, and those gifts mean a lot. And also there's a memorial gift program. And I'll go on now to the real excitement in our fundraising efforts, and that has to do with the Big Step Walk, which is now in its 8th year. And our generous past sponsors have stayed with us again this year, and they include the Wegge Foundation, the Peter C. and Emma Jean Cook Foundation, Founders Bank and Trust, and Amway Corporation. And we are very proud to add 2 new sponsors this year, the Sekia Family Foundation and Kiwanis Grand Rapids North. So, hooray. Together, their gifts total $19,000, and last year our students brought in $10,000. And then there are additional ways in which you can give, and there are forms out on the tables with mile markers or with door prizes, which help to build the walk. But as you're going to hear later, just through your participation. There's a small army of volunteers who organize this event every year. And we're pleased that the group has grown this year because we need numbers. Their names are listed in the program, but I'd like to recognize a few new members this year. I'm not sure if they're all here tonight, but if you are, please stand up. Deb McMahon, Barb Wolven, Maddie Hampton, Kate Powers, Elise Carbines, Dawn Carbines, Kathy Joseph, and Ruth Miller Albosta. Please stand. We're so glad to have you on board. And Ruth is that popular lady out at the table who has the parking vouchers, but she's also the treasurer of our Friends organization, and she's our special liaison with Founders Bank and Trust, where she works. Founders has partnered with us for the last 8 years in our annual walk, and we thank Lori Beard, President and CEO of Founders Bank and Trust, for her continued support in that regard. At this time, I would like to shine a light on several volunteers of the Friends Group for their exceptional dedication and contributions. Would Marcia Carbines, Elise Ripmaster, and Dawn Carbines please come forward? Now, I know they don't really look dangerous, but let me tell you, they are turbocharged, so we got to watch out. in case you don't know, they're all related to Fred Beam, one of our outstanding students. And because they love Fred and they know how much Noorthook means to him and to all the other students, they are really inspired to work, and they've worked tirelessly to build the walk so that it's now a reliable source of income. It's a stream of income that we can depend on year in, year out. And they've worked very hard to build community awareness. So, in recognition of your outstanding work, I want to present each of you our beautiful Noorthook tote bags that say, Super Friend, Noorthook Academy. And they need these to tote all their stuff around. I just want to point out the beautiful gifts that Marcia has done again this year at the back. Just one of 1,000 things that she does. Elise produced this beautiful DVD that you're going to see later. We'll have it projected in here and out in the lobby with her own photography. It was a tremendous effort. And Dawn has transformed the walk this year, as anybody who's looked at the new brochure can see. And she's just a bundle of enthusiasm and has brought an upbeat image and a spirit to the walk this year that's going to just take it in a whole new direction and to whole new heights. And toward that end, she has brought her professional marketing experience and talent to it, and we're so lucky to have all three of you. And I'm going to turn it over to Dawn. And the students know that she's all fired up because she visited 4 classes, right? So fasten your seatbelts.
Look at my new bag. Isn't this stylish? It says I'm a special friend. You know that's right. Okay, so as she said, I'm Dawn, and I have the honor of telling you about something really great, but I also have the honor of telling you that I have one second toe that's larger than the first. So I'm half a liter. And I also have the honor of telling you that being a part of the Friends of Noorthook Academy is like the best thing ever. So if any of you out there are sitting in your seats and you're wondering whether you should, you should. It's the best group. I am the craziest. There's a significant amount of amazing people that walk around looking like normal people, but there's special angels. So please come join our group. And also, before we actually get started and before I tell you a little what I need to tell you, I want to do a little activity, okay? So bear with me. I promise I'm right. I know what I'm doing. So don't do it right now, but in just a second, when I raise my arms, I want you to stand up, and I want you to do what makes you happy. I want you to laugh, giggle from your gut. I want you to high-five the person next to you, hug the person next to you, yell out a scream, maybe do one of these. And you people in the back, you might think you're too cool to do this, but you're not. So I want everybody up, okay? Do you hear me? And then when I lower my hands, I want you to be quiet and sit down, okay? Can you do this? You guys got this? Yeah. Yeah? Mark, you with me? Yvonne, you got this? Okay, here we go. Ready? Come on, woo! Come on! More! Okay, down. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that was amazing, but we can do better. I know it. Come on. Go down to your pinky toe or your second large toe. Do this. Really feel it in your gut. Are you ready? Come on, you've got to give it to me. Ready? Here we go. Go! Go! Yay! Woo! Okay, down. Good. Wait. Just kidding. Way to go. How good did that feel? Did that feel great or what? Okay. Now take the joy that just felt and times that times 10. because that's what the walk feels like. So I really want you to understand and connect with that, because not only is what I'm about to talk to you as the Big Stepped Walk, not only is it the #1 fundraiser for Noorthoek, the most incredible thing that you can do for Noorthoek, but it's also just a really good thing you can do for yourself. And I think we've been maybe missing that in the years past. We've been really focused on what it can do for Noorthoek, but we've missed out a little bit of what it can do for the community. There's amazing people out there like Juliet who need us just as much as we need them. Right, she's shaking her head. So I really want us to band together and really bring excitement. This is the 8th year. Isn't that amazing? 8 years. And so for those of you that might not know, it's a 2K walk at Aquinas College. Doesn't get any more beautiful than Aquinas College. And what a fun, great, lighthearted walk it is. And every single time that I've been able to go in all 8 years, I'm left saying, wow, that was a really great time. And sometimes I look around and I'm like, oh, I wish it could last longer. Or I wish I would have invited more people because it's been such a good time. And especially because when I'm there, I find a version of myself that unfortunately most of us don't allow ourselves to be on a regular basis. So that's what we want to continue to capture and make sure that we bring out to the community. So I had the opportunity to come and speak with all of you great students, right, Adam? It was nice to see you. And I charged the students with something a little bit different this year. I said, it's awesome. The incredible pledge activity that we've had in years past is amazing. And I know that many of you out there have been incredibly dedicated to that as well. And we want that to continue. But I also want you to unbelievably feel accepted, even if you can't grab pledges. And what's the #1 most important thing that, oh, look at you over there. Yay! Woo! So this year, thanks to an unbelievable partnership with incredible people at Marketing Tools, Inc., and they're in the back, and I'm going to have them stand up over here, and I want you guys to give them that great applause. So would please, Michaela, come on, you know it, baby. Woo! So guys, Michaela is the beautiful person that helped us make those awesome things that we gave you, the Padfolio and the awesome lanyard, things to really help you this year in your pledging, yeah? And so not only have we given the students these awesome things to help with their pledging, but we really charged them with the task of talking with the community. Far more important for them to talk with the community and get this word out. So as Elizabeth told you in the past, or at last year, we had record success with 30,000 in our total donations, I guess. And this year, I'm setting the goal really high. I really want us to get even higher. I want to hit that 40,000 mark. And I dream that in 5 years, we're going to hit $100,000. And it's not because of, I want you guys to work even harder. I want the community to work even harder. So we have charged you with giving out 10 brochures, right? And 20 magnets, yeah? So that anybody and everybody that you know, all the beautiful people in your life will just come walk with us this year. So we have something new. In that anybody can come and be with us. So whether you've pledged or whether you're a sponsor or somehow connected to an amazing student, just come and be a part of this community event with us. So $5, you get to come and enjoy this activity. Yeah, isn't that great? And yay, thank you. And then also, of course, we have our incredible contributors of $100 gets you a free t-shirt and a free poetry book. What more could you want? And $250 gets you a special sign of excitement along the walk. And of course, $1,000 are those amazing people, right, that really sponsor the walk for us year upon year. And as you heard, we got 2 new ones this year. Isn't that amazing? All right. So I got to refer to my notes here. I'm not as good as Juliet. But most importantly, we really, really have made a new logo, we've made a new look and feel. We've made this open to the community now because what we really actually, I can't say enough, the community needs us as much as we need them. It's a really lighthearted, approachable, incredible activity that we want everybody to share in. So students are free. You come and you get a beautiful new t-shirt. How about this? Isn't this beautiful? And also, we now have an incredible party that happens afterwards, right? We're calling it the Step Up Celebration. So everybody now in the community can come as well. Students come free and come and eat and dance and party with us. And so all of you out there, I charge you with 3 things. I charge you to get out your calendars right now and mark down May 11th and that you're going to be there for registration at 8:30, walk at 9:30. I don't see anybody getting out their calendar. I want to see you all there. I know the students are in, but all of you out there, are you all in? Yeah, okay, great. And then the second thing I want you to do is I want you to bring 3 people. I want you to talk to anybody and everybody, and I want you to bring people to us. $5. We've spent $5 a lot worse ways, and this will make them feel so much joy that they have no idea that they need to find. And then number 3, I want you to come prepared to laugh, smile, and have the time of your life. So in saying this, this program is amazing, right? Noorthoek is amazing. Noorthoek has been unbelievably blessed by Mrs. Noorthoek, right? And by incredible donors. But wouldn't it be amazing if we were blessed by even more? And wouldn't it be awesome if the community were blessed with us? So let's do it, all right? Is anybody ready? All right, let's do it. So now, actually, that ends my part, and we have the best part of the night, right?
Yeah. I want to. Can I just? Can you model the back of the shirt? Oh, I want her to model the back of the shirt only because, I wanted to, this wonderful bounce in the clouds was inspired by a poem written by Sadie Kleibush, and I wanted. There she is. Yeah, it was a beautiful title, and it works perfectly with the walk and the joy of the walk. So we put it on the T-shirt.
And look, there's clouds.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted you to see. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Dawn. Okay. Yes, this is the best part of the night. I think the part of the night that most of you look forward to the most. Students, all of you, when you walked in, you had a poetry book on your chair. The poetry book this year is entitled Wings of Glass, and it comes from a poem written by Denise Salzman, which is in the book, and I believe she's going to read it tonight. And the cover design is by a student from Hope College. So I hope you enjoy your book. And right now, what we're going to do is just have students come up and read the poems that they've been working on. So we're going to start with Kathy. All right, Kathy Ling's, can you? All right, Kathy's poem is found on page 39. Do you have it? Okay. Would you like me to hold this so you can get closer?
No, I could.
Hello, everybody. It's great to be here and see everybody. Your smiling faces. This is My Lifelong Dream by Kathy Marie Ling. I've had a lifelong dream of swimming with the dolphins, and it finally came true. God gave me a special gift with animals, and they can sense it. Dolphins can shake your hand with their flippers. They will put their snout on your hand and guide it to your cheek to give you a kiss. Their skin feels rubbery and smooth, at the same time. It was awesome.
Nice job. Uh-huh. All right, our next student is Julie Price. And Julie wrote a beautiful poem, but is a little nervous to read it. So I think that I'm reading it. Is that correct? Okay. But we needed to see the author of the poem standing next to me. So this is Camp by Julie Price. I love to go to camp. Close friendships are formed, making me smile. Reflections when the sun goes down. Good job. Beautiful. All right. All right, next we have Kylie Van Tall. And Kylie's poem, just if you want to follow along, her poem is found on page 49.
Dolphins by Kylie Pinto. I love to swim with dolphins. It's always the first spot we make on vacation. They are playful and friendly. My body feels clean in the refreshing water. I am passionate to learn more about dolphins.
All right, next we have Adam Zimdar, and his poem is found on page 24.
My title is Grandma by Adam Zimdar. I see my grandma in the bright light, and she made me feel special in my heart. I will always remember her and love her when I look up at the sun.
All right, next we have Gabrielle Bremer, and her poem is found on page 27.
I'm not good as Julie and Durangus, but my poems about Jeffrey Downs by Gabrielle Bremer. Jeffrey Downs saved me when he was going on a fishing trip. He's an angel and a wonderful man. I couldn't have been an angel too. Another kind of angel. Now I am really grateful.
Good job, good job, good job. All right. Next, we have Philip Beening. Come on up, Phil. Phil's poem is found on page 11.
Sunny Rivers by Mama Finning. When I was a baby, I used Sunny Rivers. Daddy, mommy, sister, brother, cat, boy, girl, drink, eat. Mom suggests choo-choo, Ray, village, sunny, cotton, sunny, may appeal when words with you listen.
Good job. Thank you, Phil. All right. Next we have Molly Vandewater. And Molly's poem is found on page 38 of your book.
Okay. First Day by Molly Boo Vandewater. There is a song sung at night when it's time to go to bed. It is the story of my first day when I was born and I was a new baby. My family tells me about that special memory that makes me happy inside my heart.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right, next we have Sandy Corning. Sandy's poem is found on page 11.
The title of my poem is Fresh and Airy by Sandy Corning. The rainforest smells like fresh and airy flowers blooming. Rain falls from the blue sky. The breeze blows and the birds chirp. I feel friendly. It makes me appreciate life more.
All right, next we have Glenn Corning. Glenn's poem is found on page 16.
Yeah. Faye is by Glenn Corning. Faye help me and not be afraid. I feel joy in my heart. Now, I know God is with me listening.
Nice job, Glenn. All right, next we have Sadie Kleibush. And if I remember, yep, Sadie is reading the Bouncing on the Clouds that was on the back of the t-shirt. And her poem is found on page 34.
Okay. Bouncing on the Clouds by Sadie Kleibush. I'm sad when I think about my mom passing away, but I know she is waiting to see me. Then I get happy. I talk to her and I pray. I know someday when I see her, I'll be bouncing on the clouds with her.
Good job. Good job, Sadie. All right. Amy Hyde is next. Amy's poem is found on page 41. Yay.
Dancing. Dancing by Amy Hyde. When I was a little girl, my brother helped me dance. I was ballerina. I curling around. I curling.
right, next we have, does Michelle want to come up here? Okay. Oh. This is Michelle Altina. It is really tough when you're doing this for the first time. It is so scary. So it is. Let me read it. Okay. Michelle's poem is found on page 23 of your book. Okay.
Where?
Oh, I have the page wrong. It's no, you're good. I'm sorry. It's on page 32 of your book. Okay.
Okay. Remember, I'm Michelle Altina. I want to walk on the beach. Filled with what? Filled in warm sand. On my feet. Like a sunny day. The air fresh. I smell the ocean. I remember my mom.
Good job, Michelle. Yeah. All right, who's next? Terry Bray. Come on up, Terry. Terry, that's why I was confused. Terry's poem is found on page 23.
Remembering by Terry Bray. Mom, please no pictures. I am relaxed, feeling sad. Remembering my grandma, she passed away at church with stained glass windows all around.
All right. Next we have Elizabeth Slagter. And she's going to tell us what page her poem is on. 42. Page 42.
Not Afraid by Elizabeth Slagter. The sun is shining on a graveyard in the distant future. In the ground, in a casket, I will lay. I will be wearing my Hello Kitty hoodie and blue jeans with a dragon picture folded in my hand.
Good job. Nice job, Elizabeth. All right. Next we have Janice Krugler. And Janice's poem is on page 9 of your book.
Smiles feeds my soul by Janice Krugler. Smiles are like a tonic uplifting my soul. The sunshine floods my soul with warmth. I feel like dancing. One step, two step, happy times are here.
Nice. Good job. All right, next we have Becky Boisvenu. Becky's poem is found on page 16. I know, it's a little tight in there. All righty.
My Fears? My Fears by Becky Boisvenu. I have many fears. I fear being alone. Unknown places. Being chased. Falling. In steamy temperatures. I feel safe with my dog. My dog protects me and comforts me. I like spending time with my dog.
All right. Next we have Kim Christakis. And Kim's poem is found on page 45 of your book.
It's hard. Deserts of Mexico by Kim Christakis. The deserts of Mexico are
You stand here. You stand here. All right. The Deserts of Mexico by Kim Christakis. The deserts of Mexico are quiet and warm, with dry, swishing sand, green cactus with prickly needles, and beautiful yellow, orange, and red sunsets. All right, next is Autumn de Wilde, and Autumn's poem is found on page 13.
Is a Full of Life by Autumn de Wilde. I don't like the way the rainforest smells, damp and decayed, like an old garden. But I hear the streams flow, the sounds of swimming, and the birds, the tall trees, and interesting creatures there make me feel happy, feel and love and life of life, full of life.
Good job, Autumn. Good job. All right. Next we have Olivia Horrell. No, I'm sorry. We have Rebecca Joseph. I was distracted because she changed her poem at the last minute, so I have to tell you what page hers is on. Page 36, she says.
Okay. Mine is called Papa by Rebecca Joseph. Even though I was only 4 years old when you died, I remember a lot about you, Papa. I remember how you liked horse racing and how you would come over to our home for holidays and birthdays. You made me feel loved. I'd like to tell you, I'd like you to know how far I've come since I was 4 years old. I'd like to tell you about my new program and what I see myself being as a career. I want to be a well-known stage actress. I know you would support me in that, Papa.
Good job. Very nice. Thank you. All right, next we have Andy Strauss. Andy's poem is found on page 14.
Questions of Heaven by Andy Strauss. I lost all of my grandparents, except for my classmates, and my good friend John Maganoni. John Maganoni died while he was riding his bike. There are so many questions could ask him about heaven. Is there water up there? Do fun time ceases? Do you know that I visit your grave every year on Memorial Day? Can you see our people who are dead, like my grandparents? I am pastor. A good week to visit with my friend John Maganoni.
Good job. All right. Good job, Andy. All right. Next we have Craig Edelstein making his way up. Craig's poem is found on page 49.
TV by Craig Edelstein. TV makes me happy. I like
All right. TV makes me happy. I like some TV shows like Cosby, Full House, and Super Friends. I also like to watch NASCAR and my personal collection of videos, but my favorite is Superman with Christopher Reeve. Sometimes I think TV is my life. All right, next we have Denise Zalzman. Denise's poem. Denise's poem is on page 45.
I got it. Wings of Glass by Denise Osmond. I see monarch butterflies in a Mexico garden, flying around so pretty with their different colored glass wings. Look like stained glass windows.
Nice job. Good job. All right. Oh, Aaron Dice is up next. Right? Aaron's poem is found on page 11.
Maybe better. The Dead Zone by Aaron Dice. This is also dedicated to my dad, who's in heaven. The Dead Zone is where people go to the grave and then to heaven. A lot of good spirits of the heart become perfect and then rises from the dead zone.
Beautiful. Very nice. All right, next we have LaShawn Aldridge, and her poem is found on page 32. Come on up, LaShawn.
Joe, it's LaShawn or I have. Joy, LaShawn, Audrey, I have love to pray. I love to dance. I love to sing and praise. I have a joy in my heart.
Good job. All right, who's next? Oh, Alan Greer. Alan Greer is going to read a poem that you can find on page 29.
Okay, I'm a little nervous. I miss my mom and dad. They weren't here to see me go to college. They didn't get to see me get my new kidney. I give to my friends and family like Terry, who finally found the guy of her dreams. Finally found, and that will treat her like the queen she is. And thanks to Sadie and Michelle, who are such sweet people and loving, they lift me up high. Without their love, the walls would be closing in. By Alan Greer.
There's just a few minor adjustments to that. Thank you, Alan. All right, next we have John Ball. John's poem is found on page 28.
By Dancing by John Ball. To the music. Katie is dances. Every needs. The dancers all saw. To cancer. and dancing. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Good job, John. All right. All right, next we have Paige Murphy. And Paige's poem is found on page 16. I don't think she needs the book either. I think she's got it in her. No.
Okay. Mine is At the Mall by Paige Murphy. Today at the mall, I consumed a root beer float. Ow, I broke my nail.
Very nice. Thank you. All right, next we have Tanis Hooker. Tanis's poem is found on page 38 of your book. Okay.
Sports Fan by Tanis Hooker. I am a sports fan. I get excited cheering for my favorite team, University of Michigan. Friends and family coming together. Delicious food and drink. Winning every game.
Very good.
Go Blue.
Very nice. All right. I'm going to have you stand right here. And I'm going to just have Josh go. Josh Powers is next. And Josh's poem is found on page 27.
Outdoor Family Time by Josh Powers. I love the outdoors, especially when I'm with my family at my grandma's cottage or hiking in Colorado. Our time together in the sun is fun.
Very nice. All right. Dennis, I'm going to help you down. All right. We have Mark Zaskowitz, other side of the room. Come on up, Mark. Mark's poem is found on page 9.
Yep. I'm Mark. This poetry reminds me of Juliet Dragus and Mary James. In the cave, where am I? See, in the cave, behind the waterfalls, there are little animals crying and scared, calling over the sounds of a water hitting other water. I feel they're lost. I can't find the way through through the leaves. Sometimes I cry. and wipe my tears on them. But now, how does that feel for the tree? I see a skinny tree branch, skinny but strong. Because I'm attached to a big tree. It's a hard pine branch that still bends.
One more.
We have to, Mark, we're running short on time. Can we do it later?
Okay.
All right, next we have Dylan Sklenica. Dylan's poem is found on page 22. Did you bring it up? And I'm going to read Dylan's poem. It's called The Gift by Dylan Sklenica. If I could give you a gift, I don't know what it would be. I know one thing for sure, though. It would be a gift to you from me. Perhaps a gift of life or a lesson. Perhaps a gift of family or friends, or an emotional or physical gift. But whatever the gift or reason, one can give in any season. Nice, I love it. Beautiful, all right. Next we have Abel Guillermo. Abel's poem is found on page 41.
Poverty by Abel Guillermo. Poverty by Abel Guillermo. The poverty-stricken village. Okay. Full of cardboard houses. They don't have much. You see it everywhere. There's a satellite wind over the green tin roofs and the blue sky.
Good job. Good job. All right, James Dykstra is next. James' poem is found on page 44.
Wagging and Jumping by James Dykstra. Wagging her tail and jumping up and down, she was glad when I came home. Barking and jumping and looking at people, she was my pet dog.
Very nice. Thank you, James. David Wolven is next. David's poem is found on page 49.
Nico by David Wolven. I once had a dog named Nico. He was a nice dog to have around the house. He always knew how I felt when I was sick, and he liked to go for walks with me. Nico was a very good dog to me.
I got it. Thank you. All right, Emily Shanahan is next, and Emily's poem is found on page 43.
My name is Emily Shanahan. I am merely a dream. My sister and I planted a garden in our grandma's backyard, but then we realized it was merely a dream. Sometimes I wonder if things seemed sad, but then my sister tells me we'll get better, and they do.
Nice. Thank you, Emily. Beautiful. Fred Beam is next, and Fred's poem is found on page 29.
Bright and Sunny Morning by Fred Beam.
On a bright and sunny morning, the sun rise and I sat. I see Katie bright in beautiful colors, like different leaves in green and brown. Wet leaves are drying. Wake up from the night.
Good job. All right, next we have Katie Crouch. Katie. Katie's poem is found on page 19.
Short remark. Thank you, Dawn. I got my new shoes. I'm ready for the walk. One thing. I gotta have my glasses. Harp Dreams by Katie. Crescent moon. It glows like a night light in the open sky. Birds sound like a flute from the distance to carry a tune. Seagulls fly below the sea. Waves are peaceful, clouds break away. I sat on the white sand, watching the sunset dim in the evening. Thank you.
All right, next we have Elizabeth White, and Elizabeth's poem is found on page 43.
The way I communicate with people by Elizabeth White. The way I communicate with people is different from others. When I get upset, I go into my shell. Most people will talk things out. With me, I need some time to communicate after being upset.
All right, next we have Lisa Kimball. And Lisa's poem is found on page 46.
About a couple years ago, I lost the tragic deaths of my brother and my dad, and I want to dedicate this poem to them. My Grief by Lisa Kimball. I struggle to understand the loss of my father and my brother. It sometimes feels like an elephant stomping on my head. Too much emotion. Brad and Dad, so much alike. They both love camping and communing with nature. Clowning around on Christmas. Both wearing boxers over their jeans. The memory makes me smile. I miss them a lot.
Leatrice Souza. Leatrice's poem is found on page 28.
Yeah. This is dedicated to my friend David Daggett, who rides the Hope Network bus with me, but his mom's not here, I don't think. My Friend Davy by Leatrice Souza. I help Davy on the bus. He is silent. He doesn't speak. I don't like it when people are mean to him. It makes me makes me sad that he can't say how he feels. I don't mind that he doesn't speak because he's special to me. He's my friend.
Nice. All right, we have Betty Malmiga next, and she is reading a poem found on page 37.
Baby Shower by Betty Milmaker. I'm excited. My niece is having a baby girl, and I am going to be a great aunt. We are giving her a baby shower. Good food, games, music, door prizes, and of course, gifts. It'll be fun.
Very nice. Thank you, Betty. All right. Next, we have Sue Udell. Sue Udell's poem is on page 34.
My name, Up North by Sue Udell. I used to go up north with my grandparents. My grandma was a bust. And my best cinnamon rolls. A special memory. Visiting cousins. That's Peninsula. Make me happy too. I'm I miss my family too.
Good job, Sue. Good job. Let's see. Ishmael, you coming up? Let's get Ishmael and Gabe. Follow him up here, okay? All right, Ishmael Negron is next. And his poem is found on page 44.
Last Farewell by Ishmael Negron. Our final moments spent together were with my grandpa in a hospital bed. He turned his head and asked me to come closer. He said he loved me in his last breath. I did not see him in the hospital bed, but in a peaceful place where God was with him. It was our last farewell.
Thank you. All right, we have Gabe McDonald next, and Gabe's poem is found on page 16.
Okay, all right. Heaven by Gabe McDonald. Dram is in heaven, in blue sky. I dreamed talking to her was, talk to her. Cora and Ruby too. I am happy there in heaven. Ram do not have to be worried, but I am getting about anything anymore.
Nice. Good job, Gabe. Nice. All right, next we have Yvonne Johnson. Yvonne's poem is found on page 19.
Yeah. Yes. Sounds from the Sky by Yvonne Johnson. The white clouds in the blue sky are magic, like white phone. Sending sounds, I hear music on the radio station and the trains outside. I can hear the page of my magazine turn and the voices of people shopping.
Very nice. Thank you, Yvonne. All right. Which one of you is next over there? Angie Phillips is next. Okay. Angie's poem is found on page 26.
Greetings. My poem today is called My Family. A family to me is a body of people who respect, laugh, and help each other, and laugh some more. I am blessed to have my family, and I am proud of them. Who wouldn't be with a professional basketball player as Gabe, or a sister who sings in a renowned church choir as Jenny, or for any update on the Tiger score, or like we learned tonight, any TV reports, good old Denise, my sister Denise, I can call on another for any bowling advice, thanks to Mr. Good old Craig. We have fun helping each other out, and we always remember to come back again next week. This is my Noorthoek family. Johnny, can you come up and help me a second? I break the rules, and I'm almost the youngest, probably in this group. Maybe not, but oh well. Can I have Mr. John please come up from the board, please? All right, can I have anybody from the Noorthoek board? Anyways, Miss Kate and Miss Sandy, Miss Kate,
Come up, Kate.
Kate.
Come up, Kate.
I'm sorry, I'm the spokesperson every year for Noorthoek, for all of these different, us cool kids. We're always cool. And these two have worked really hard. Did the parents know? Maybe the students forgot, but Miss Professor Sandy has been here for a total of 4 years. And bless Miss Kate's heart, she's worked so very hard, and she hasn't run yet, and she's just completing her first year. Thank you very much.
Why don't you say what page your poem is found on?
My page is on 14. My mom came back. My mom came back one day. She and I went to a park. We talked about festival lights and school, day program, choir, and where I lived. She said she was very, very happy about my life now.
I will, thank you. It's great when I lose control over the festivities. Thank you, though. Thank you. All right, I think we're done with poetry, right? Is there anybody not sitting in the first couple rows that needs to read? Okay. Well, that almost concludes our evening tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming. Quick couple announcements. One is that one of our board members, Jeff Frank, is offering free tickets to the Jewish Film Festival showing of a movie called Special Interview. And that movie is at 4:30 on Sunday, May 5th at Celebration North. The film might be of special interest to students and caregivers. It is about a developmentally challenged young man and woman who conduct interviews with well-known people. This goes right along with our communication subject that we've been talking about. And they hold on to their dream of one day interviewing the President of the United States. So if you would like a free ticket, Jeff is going to be available at a table in the outer lobby during the reception. There are refreshments out in the entryway. You can get a parking voucher out there for a donation. And, oh, I remember, if we can, I had a request that if we could gather students up here for a photo. So thank you for coming, but if students could just come up here so we can take a quick picture, and we'll see the rest of you out in the entryway. Thank you.